Hello everyone, welcome to Jacqs Scraps. Thank you for joining me today for What a Card Wednesday. So first of all, I wanted to apologize because I forgot to tell you what kind of card we were making today when I posted my last video for What a Card Wednesday. So today we're going to be doing a traditional twist and pop card, but I'm going to be using our graduation paper from DCWV to create that card. So here are the measurements and the pieces that you will need. First, you will need a white cardstock base, 8 by 4. You will need a white cardstock piece that is 1 3/4 by 7 inch. And then you will also need a decorative piece that is 1 3/4 by 7 inch as well. You will need a tassel. I'm using this one from Wrights. I'm just going to cut off and use one of them. And you will need one brad. And for, we're going to create a cap, graduation cap. And so I'm going to use felt, and this is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. You could also use glitter. You could also use black cardstock, whatever you want to create your hat out of, that is up to you. I thought using the felt would give it some dimension and also a nice little feel on top there. So these are all the pieces that you will need for right now, and then we of course will also need some other decorating pieces, and we'll get to those later. Now for our base cardstock piece, we are going to take this long ways on our scoreboard or using a ruler and a bone folder. We are going to take this and score it in half at 4. Next, we're going to take our cap piece. So I'm using my black felt. I figured out the center of this by scoring it in my scoreboard and then using an awl to punch the hole in it. It was just this small awl. I actually got this off AliExpress. It was only like $1 or so, and that made the hole for my brad. For the tassel, what I wanted to do is kind of hang off the side like this, and it could even move around. So we're going to cut it because I don't need all that. So that gives it room to hang, as well as we're going to put this piece through the hole to the back side. To do that, I'm going to use this handy dandy little threader. Poke that through the back side. Put this through it. And then you pull back here and it will pull it through. Now because this is thicker material, it will take a minute. There we go. Okay, so we adjust the back side. We pull this through to where we want the tassel. And you might want to lay it on your card base just so that you can get the full idea of where it will lay. I mean, because, you know, it could, I think that would be great, but it might be cool to have it hanging a little bit over the edge. Okay. Once you got it where you want it to be, if you have adhesive back felt, you want to remove that. And then you can press down the thread of the tassel. That is very, very good adhesive on the back of that felt. I got that at Hobby Lobby. It is Treehouse Studios Peel and Stick Craft Felt, 9 by 12 inch. Yeah, that's very good adhesive. Okay, now I need to find my brad. Okay, so then you can take your brad into the hole and spread that apart Gosh, that really sticks. There we go. So you flatten that out, and then on your base card, you want to center that as best you can. Watch the threads on the tassel. And there we go. Very cute. So now we can fold this over. And there's the top of our card. Now for the inside of the card, I'm going to do something a little different and add a layered piece first and then add the mechanism. So I've cut 2 of these pieces down to 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. So 2 of those to add there, and our mechanism will be in between. Okay? Score tape on the back of this. Now it may be easier to add the inside decorative paper before you add the outside decorative paper on the cover. So just remember that next time. And burnish these down. So now we have the outside and the base of the first layer ready for us. Next, we're going to work on the mechanism. For this part, we're going to need our scoreboard and our white piece of cardstock. Put it in on long ways at the top, and we are going to make 2 score marks. The first one is 3 1/2 because that is half the length of 7 inches. We turn that to the short way at the top, and we're going to score at 7/8 because that is the half of 1 3/4 size. Okay? Now, since we have the scoreboard out, we're going to go ahead and take our second piece that is 1 3/4 by 7 inches, and we're going to put it here along our scoreboard long ways at the top. Okay, we're going to score at 1 3/4, 3 1/2, and 5 1/4. You can see that there. And then this is what the other one looked like up close. Okay. Okay, so I added my mat here because I think you'll be able to see this better. But I've cut out 3 images from the cut apart sheet. They look like this. And then I've used 1 image from the ephemera pack, and I'm going to add these like this. I'm just going to use my art glitter glue and try to center this. Did I tell you what size to cut these down to? I can't remember. So this is about 1 5/8. I think that's about right. And that's squared. But you know, you do it to however much border you want showing. And I didn't want a big border showing. And then I'm trying to align these at the top. Give them a little burnish. Now the next thing you want to do is create a mountain, valley, and mountain fold. And so it will come out like an M if you're looking at it like this or like this. Okay? So that's the top decorative part of our mechanism. For the mechanism, we have our scored lines, one down the center, going vertically and then horizontally. And what we want to do is take the right-hand side, fold it over to where your score line on the right-hand side, which is down the center, meets the score line over here. So now what we want to do is unfold that, and then we're going to fold the bottom up to where the score line here on the bottom matches the score line here. I think we need to fold that out a little bit. There we go. Okay, see how they match up from here and there. Do a little flip. Make sure these line up, and then burnish. So those align, and these align right here. I hope that's easy enough to tell. And then we fold these back on each other. So here it is flat, we just take it and fold it in half. Backward, not towards you, away from you. Okay? Now, when that's done, we kind of just take the ends and pop that in the center to where it's down and move these toward each other. See that? And then we burnish these at the top. Now, if they don't seem to be aligning properly, you can retrain your paper and just burnish it to where you need it to be. Okay, so let me do that one more time. Our paper is like this. We folded it flat this way. When we were done, we folded it out, and we're pushing the edges of this underneath inward, okay? Make sure that's popped down and push in. And then flatten it like this. Hope that makes sense. Okay, now we're going to take our card base and we're going to center this. You can measure it or you can guess. When you put this down to start gluing it, you're going to center it, and then you're going to take the point, take it up to the fold or score line here, but don't go over, don't do that. Just go straight up to the line, okay? Because you want to be able to fold it over. So when you have that done, you go ahead and add your glue. You can use any kind of glue that you like. Just going to continue to use my art glitter glue here. Pretty sure that's center. Again, you can always use your ruler to make sure. And you're going to go right up to the line, fold the top of your card down, and push so that the glue meets it. Okay, and when you open it up, your mechanism will be glued on that side. What you want to do this time is turn it back around toward you, add some glue to the other side, and push your card base down. So then when you open it, you have your mechanism that opens as well. Got a little extra glue there. There we go. Okay, so when you open, your mechanism folds out. See that? Very cool. I think I like it on the colored paper. I've seen a lot of them make it where they only put decorative paper down here and up here, but I kind of like it going all the way down. You could have even used this decorative paper to make your mechanism, which I actually thought about doing, but since this is my first one, I don't think it will matter. Plus, the piece that we're putting over here will actually cover the mechanism, so when looking straight at it, you won't see it. So that's how it is. Next, we will adhere the decorative part. Okay, so we have the decorative piece, and what we're going to do is start over here on the left-hand side, and at the bottom, you want to add some glue. Hope I didn't add too much there. Oh, and you know what? The way I did my mountain and valley folds, I think might be opposite. Yes, I did that wrong. So when you do this, you want to make the center atop a mountain fold, okay? And the side should be a valley. So I had the right M, it was going the wrong direction. All right, let me burnish these to make sure it'll work. Okay, so let's get back to this mechanism. So again, we put a little glue over here on the bottom left-hand side, and you align the top decorative piece. It will match exactly, because remember, these were the same size. And now we add some glue to the top right-hand corner. And you can flatten this out if you like, the mechanism, so that you can align it properly. Okay. So there that is. Let's fold it. See how it folds? It actually turns on itself. Let's just give this a little push to make sure. We open it up, and it opens up that way. Isn't that cute? I love it. It works so smoothly. Awesome. Yep, everything's all aligned. That was really easy. Okay, so let's decorate the top and the bottom, and we probably could have done that before we added the mechanisms, but you know, I get excited about creating something fun like that. Okay, for the bottom part, I'm going to do something different and make this a gift card pocket, and it is 3 3/8 by 2 5/8. So I'm going to adhere that first so it can dry while we add decorative paper to the top. Just a thin layer of glue. Keep this end open to the left, and you're going to go ahead and try and get that in there. The way I'm placing it is it's more on the right hand side than the left so that the card can go there. Just burnish that down. For the decoration, I had a page of pencils that have all different kinds of sayings on them. So I cut out the one that says graduation day, and I'm going to put that across here. This provides plenty of room for a note and signature. At the top, I'm going to add this page. I cut this out of the pack. This is 3 3/4 by 1 3/4. I think I'll ink up the sides of this one, just using some archival black ink. Just to get rid of that stark white. I think I'll do that on this. I'm using it as well. This says congrats. This is from the ephemera pack. So the way I want to align that is this will be on top. I'm going to put the inside of the fish tail so that it aligns with the top of the card. So I don't need to go down too far. About a 1/2 inch. And we'll glue this on. Now you didn't have to decorate the top if you didn't want to. It's purely up to you how you want to decorate it. Excess glue there. So that's the top. So that's how the card is all together. I have a little gift card here. Let's see how it works. I thought about putting a notch there at first, but I thought, you know, once you get your card in there, you're really not going to need it because there's going to be plenty sticking out that they can grab on. So that's how that turned out. A final look at our card. It opens so smoothly, it's awesome. So, and this just slides right in there. It's tight, which is good because you want it to be able to hold the card, and it doesn't bust up the seams of the paper that you have down. If you want more comfort, you could always make this paper bigger, but actually it's holding it quite fine. And that's what it looks like. So that's it, everyone. Thank you for joining me for this What a Card Wednesday, and I'll see you next time.